Hello my friends, Stephen Jeckel here. Today in this colleague lesson, lesson number 5, we're going to talk about linear movement, both direct and indirect. Also, we're going to move into the different aspects of multiple angles so that you can deal with multiple attackers. And we're also going to work with introducing into the two-stick concepts. Okay? That being said, let's begin. Let me move my friend over here out of the way first. Okay, so when we're talking about linear progression movement, okay, or regression if we're going backwards, okay, typically we have the two triangles as we talked about in the previous lessons, okay, but on that note, you may need to be in a direct line rather than an angle, okay, just because maybe your opponent's moved off the angle and has already created that space for you, okay? So, when you're moving forward-wise, with each step needs to be a movement that's level 1, okay? So, for example, let's take the single strike-wise, number 1 angle-wise. I moved in at the same time I struck. Likewise, let's go to the rear. Same thing with number 2. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we can move this and transition to the exact opposite. Move the exact opposite. It's up to you. Okay? So that's one drill. Likewise, if we're moving more of the thrusting concepts, you can do the exact same thing. Doing the short end part, notice, I am keeping it very much like a fencer would, okay? Bruce Lee used to say, have your strongest side forward, okay? And it makes sense, because if I have a castle, I'm not going to keep my strongest side, or let's say a shield wall. I'm not going to have just my strong side behind me. I need to have that in front. So when I'm moving forward, I need to be, or backwards, I need to be able to do whatever strike combination that I need to. Okay? Now, on that same token, we just don't go in a vertical linear manner. We also need to go horizontal. So, same exact thing. Practice your angles at different horizontal movement. That way, you can then move into combinations. Okay? So, drill 1, move and cut, move and cut. With all different angles, whether that be from the single striking concept or the thrusting concept. To give you an example one more time of all 8 angles for the regular strikes. And for the thrust, and then again. See how it's working in that manner? Now, horizontal, same exact thing. Exactly the same thing, staying relaxed all the way through. All right? That's drill number 1. Drill number 2. Using those same combinations for 3 attackers. And then eventually, go to the 4th, okay? So when we are looking this, or looking at our strategy wise. I'm gonna move this out of the way for a minute. Okay, we are constantly thinking, I'm not just fighting one person. We have this exact same philosophy with the Jeckel-Ryu Jiu-Jitsu, the adaptive Wing Chun, and ultimately the classical dirty boxing tactics. So, in all the 4 systems that we teach on this channel, it's the same concept. You're never ever once dealing with just one attacker. And that's how it should be, because you need to be able to look and keep your eyes on the horizon for any further threats. Okay? It's one thing when you're in a sparring duel, etc. I don't know how often many of us get into that. But it's one thing when you're in competition, where you have a set rule, okay, this person against this person. In the street, in real life, that's never the case. You always have the opportunity, not saying that you always will be attacked by multiple people, but you have the opportunity to be attacked by other people. Okay? So, that being said, let's move on to the second drill. Okay? Being that you are 3 different attackers. So far we dealt with 1. Let's take it down even a notch. Two different attackers. Horizontal first, then perpendicular. So, horizontal, attacking from one side. Block. Go for 2 strikes right now. Just 2. Just to work on practicing and warming up. 1, 2, 1, 2, or 2, 1. Even the same one. 1, 2, 1, 2. Again. 1, 2, 1, 2. I didn't even move my feet. I just pivoted. Okay? So if I'm here, 1, 2, 1, 2. Then I can add a third one. Or actually, before we get there, now perpendicular. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. Now let's change a different technique. 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. And notice I can now go into that 3-person realm. So, first combo. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Second combo. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. Third combo. 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4. Next combo. 5, 6. 1, 2. Boom. And then 7, 8. You can do this with all the striking concepts. Let's now take it to the thrusting. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Exactly the same concepts. So again, now let's move to 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4. 5, 6. 2. Boom, boom, boom. And notice how I'm now expanding my range to where I'm not just dealing with this person, or this person, or this person. I'm now encompassing that 180-degree angle, that which I'm now going to be responsible for. I'm going to be protected. This is my area of protection. I want to keep it that way. Okay? Then, as you get better with this and more comfortable with your movement, change it up. Add abanicos. Change the angle. And then move into a free, actually, you can even do one more thing too. Add in a block strike. Block, strike. Block, if you notice, I'm not doing the same angle return-wise, or the opposite. I'm going perpendicular. I'm changing it completely. So 1, 2. Then you move into 3 flow. And you just keep on going until you feel as though you're comfortable in that realm. Okay? Now, we have a few more concepts to deal with in level 1. Single stick. I'm going to wait for training partner to come and work that part. So, let's move on to level 2. Okay? Level 2 deals with 2 sticks. Okay? In which case, the footwork's the same. The angles are the same. The heights and their changes are the same. Well, Steven, what's the difference? Well, here's the difference. You got two sticks, one in each hand. Okay. You have either an open stance or a closed stance. Again, open, close, close. Opens, sticks are resting on the shoulders. Close is one is underneath the arm or right underneath the elbow. Okay? So, that being said, let's take it to 3 drills. Okay? For 2 stick. But first, let's warm up. The very simple wrist movement. This is just to relax the arms. Make sure that you can move freely. Okay? And yeah, okay, that second one you could probably have used in a little bit more combative context, but more of a loosening up drill. All right, so open-handed techniques. For this portion, we're going to go off a 2 count. Okay? My training partner here, who has been with me for many years, taken a lot of punishment, both blades, boxing, stick kicking. He's done a lot. Anyway, we're going to stay stationary for these 3 drills right now before we apply footwork to them. Okay? We're going to go in open. 1, 2. So remember, our heaven and earth. Heaven means toward the head. Earth means toward the knee, lower extremity area. 1, 2. 1, 2. So 1, 2, 2, 1. And notice, this hand is going right behind the head. So it's protected. I can continue moving forward. So, that being said, let's go. That was head or heaven. Let's go to earth. Same concept. Sorry, I told you we were going to stay stationary. Okay, and we're going to move forward-wise. Okay, so that was 1, that is 2, and number 3. Heaven, earth, heaven, earth, heaven, earth, heaven, earth. Okay? With leg movement. And mind you, this was all kept from the upper open range wise. Okay? Close range, that same combination, 1, 2. Again, 2. Or, count turns out to be pretty much the same on all those counts. With leg movement, with footwork, open. I did the third one first. Let's talk about the first one. 1, 2. 3. not a wide stance. Long stances have a hard time moving. Okay? This is for this week's Kali lesson. See you in the next video. Bye.